Imagine a company so obsessed with a single, meaningless rule that they couldn't see the thousands of dollars they were setting on fire. This isn't just a story about a bad boss. It's about the beautiful, precise art of malicious compliance and how one man turned a petty policy into a very expensive lesson for a clueless corporation. Our protagonist, let's call him Alex, works remotely for a company that makes software for mobile devices. As you can imagine, a lot of his job requires having physical devices to test things on. For years, the process was simple. He'd put in a request, and they'd ship the device directly to his home. Efficient, easy, and it kept Alex focused on his actual work. But then, one day, the hammer fell. Not from the company per se, but from a new, rigid policy, likely dreamt up by some, let's call him operations overlord, someone whose sole purpose seemed to be making things slightly more difficult for everyone else. The new decree: if you lived within an hour of the office, you were expected to come in and pick up your own equipment. No more shipping. Alex knew this rule was a joke. An hour? Maybe at 2 a.m. on a Tuesday, or during a zombie apocalypse. But during normal business hours, we're talking rush hour chaos. Google Maps at 7 a.m. would laugh in your face and tell you an hour and 15 minutes at best, and it only got worse as the morning wore on. This operations overlord clearly had never actually driven during peak times, relying instead on some ideal fantasy commute time. Alex, ever the pragmatist, tried to reason with them. He probably said something like, "Look, it'll be cheaper for me to just pay for the shipping myself. Saves me gas, saves parking, saves me 2 hours of driving, and saves the company countless hours of my work time." And what was the response? A firm, yielding, "Nope, you gotta come in, it's policy." That nope wasn't just a word. It was a gauntlet thrown down. It was a challenge. And Alex accepted. So Alex went in. Not in a huff, not with a protest. He went in exactly how they told him to. At 1 p.m., right after his lunch break, he drove to the office, picked up his device, a quick few minutes, left his car right in front, no parking fees needed, and then he drove right back home. Total round trip, just under 2 hours. 2 hours of his paid work time that he would normally be spending on actual productive tasks. Let's break that down. Alex is a software engineer. His time isn't cheap. Let's assume conservatively he makes $50 an hour. That's $100 the company just paid him to sit in traffic to follow a bad rule for one device. A simple shipping label, maybe $10 or $15, would have saved them $85 or more per trip. Multiply that by a few employees making a few trips a month, and suddenly you're looking at thousands of dollars just evaporating into rush hour fumes. All because some operations overlord couldn't fathom a world where Google Maps traffic changes throughout the day, or where common sense should override rigid policy. It didn't take long. How many expense reports for driving for company equipment did they have to see? How many times did someone clock out 2 hours early or log 2 hours less work citing company travel before someone finally connected the dots? Because for some reason, very, very quickly, Alex found himself back on the approved list for shipping. The inconvenient, costly, and utterly pointless pick up yourself policy vanished like traffic at 2 a.m. on a Tuesday.